I'd like to welcome Charles Pearce from Polypipe to the stage. Great to have you with us, Charles. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So tell us a little bit about Polypipe.
So I'm from Polypipe Building Products. We're a UK manufacturer of plastic building goods. We're part of the Genuit Group. We manufacture and distribute over 20,000 different product lines to plumbers and builders merchants across the UK, ranging from above and below ground drainage systems, rainwater systems, plastic plumbing and underfloor heating.
Thank you very much, Charles. So we've been working on our special pricing agreement solution now for the last year or so, and it's very much building upon the same architectural foundations as trading programs, essentially your annual rebate deals. So those shared foundations make it really easy for a customer to adopt this alongside rebates. And we've had a number of customers partnering with us on the design process, including Charles. And we're working versions of our SBA solution in production today with some of those design partners. So let's dive in, Charles. Let's explain a little bit more about special pricing agreements. I think we might have another terminology problem here. So what do we mean when we say special pricing agreements?
So yes, they go by many different names, special price agreements, contract support, claimbacks, chargebacks. They're basically third-party agreements with an end user rather than through a distributor that allows that distributor to then claim back the difference and maintain a margin via contract support.
Yeah, okay, so different terms but the same kind of stuff. And what are some of the challenges that organizations face with special pricing agreements? We're talking some pretty big challenges, right?
Yes. So it's obviously a very big thing. Organizations, they tend to have thousands of SPAs or special price agreements every year being set up. So there's a very large volume of things being moved. The variety of customers that are using special price agreements means that the claimbacks and things that are coming in, being fed in via distribution companies to manufacturers, come in all different shapes and sizes. Organizations then want to be able to analyze all that sales data that's going through that third party and be able to analyze trends and market movements that's going through that. And finally, they want to be able to provide partners with sort of clear visibility of all SPAs that have been agreed, so being able to disperse that information back out.
Yeah, thank you, Charles. And you told us this is really tricky. We spoke to other people. Everyone said this is really tricky. So let's take a look at our new special pricing solution. So this shows the special pricing listing where we have the top level pricing agreements that then break down into the separate distributor and customer agreements. And we've made a huge investment to put this technology together. So Charles, how important are SPAs? Because we've heard a lot about how important rebates are, but how important are SPAs to your business today?
SPAs are incredibly important to us in how we trade. As a business, we deal directly and exclusively with merchants through our distribution partners. But the way we like to trade is we also like to generate demand from the end user. So we go out, create SPAs, make deals with contractors and installers that generates demand back up through that. So it's growing business for our merchant partners and growing business for ourselves.
Okay, so with these advanced filtering options, it makes it easy to find a specific SPA across maybe, in your business, 30,000, Charles, perhaps, that you have in place. So when Charles wants to check, or his team, it's not just you, which SPAs they have in place, it's faster than their previous process. So Charles, why is it important to have this sort of scalable, robust platform for SPAs?
So currently, like you say, we have 30,000 SPAs listed on a database. We set up roughly 300 new ones every single week. We sell these out into about 4,500 different merchant branches across the UK. We've got dedicated teams of sales guys in our business out creating and generating demand and making these SPAs every single day. But the actual internal side of it is a very small team managing and dispersing out that information. So being able to find and locate SPAs and get them out to the relevant people quickly is a challenge.
How small is the small team?
About 1 or 2 people actually setting them up.
Okay. So let's move through the process. This shows the entry screen for a distributor support contract. And as you can see, like everything Enable makes, it's really modern and really user-friendly. So let's step through these tabs. Let's look at the Products tab. And this shows the different rates being entered for each distributor. So what makes running this process difficult right now, Charles?
So SPAs are very complex by nature. There's a lot of different information that goes on through different discounts, different margins, different cover, depending on who they're all going through. Managing that volume is incredibly difficult. Like I say, there's only 1 or 2 people actually setting these up each week. And again, the revisions that are made and done mean that the volume being actually transported through the system will be quite large. And then getting that information back into our merchant partners.
Yeah, and you've personally put your stamp on the design, haven't you? You are one of our designers. So what are some of the favorite things we've built into the solution, Charles?
So favorite things that have been built into it. Firstly, we started with the actual versioning problem that we did. So with SPAs going through, they're obviously all the claimbacks are done in arrears, so you need to have a versioning aspect to it to be able to make sure that what is being claimed is done via the correct version of an SPA. The collaboration side of things that we've been working on, so getting that information back out to our merchant partners rather than the channels that we currently operate in, which is a lot of different emails being passed through. This is actually trying to do an automated system to improve it. And then the main improvement, or the main thing that we've obviously all been working on and working towards, is sort of an automated claim input process, so it's able just to upload data and have it calculated rather than wandering through the manual process of everything.
Yeah, that makes sense, and claims are probably one of the trickiest parts of SPAs, right?
Yeah.
So here we're looking at all of the agreements you have in place for one particular distributor, and Enable's model allows for all elements of these complex layers to be represented in one place. So Charles, how important is it to be able to get everything in one place like this for you and your partners?
It's incredibly important to have it all done in one place. So doing SPAs and evaluating SPAs requires lots of different information being pulled together from various different sources. So to have it all handily located in one location means that everything is improved as a process.
Yeah, thank you. So right now we're just looking at a manufacturer and distributor, but I'm going to blow your minds, so get ready. Here we go, 3 organizations. So when we click into the SPA, we get taken to this record, and we can see the 3 organizations involved. So on the left, we have the manufacturer providing product through a distributor, but actually negotiating directly with the end customer, such as maybe a building contractor.
Yes.
Yeah. So on the Products tab here, we can step through, and we can see how the rates are carried through and actually pre-populated, but some have been overridden. So the black ones on this view have actually been overridden at this level. So just think about the complexity of this, the hierarchy of data, rates being entered at different levels, things being changed, and these things trickling down through the hierarchy. So that sounds hard to do in Excel. I'm not the best Excel user in the world, but how do you do that right now, Charles?
Yeah, it is just a very, very long list of lines of data, all stored in an Excel format. It's a very big manual process, so to be able to have it all up on a system like this certainly makes everything a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, are we talking one spreadsheet or several?
It's one big central spreadsheet for all our SPA.
Do you use macros?
Yes.
Macros worry me, so I disable those. So another way we speed up the process is by keeping all of your notes and documents all in one place. So you can upload as many documents as you like against the record, and there's often supporting documentation, right? So why is cleaning this all up and getting it into a single system actually important? How does this translate to Polypipe?
Well, I think like everybody else, or every other business here, I'm sure we just want to improve our internal processes. Being able to speed up the way we do things will make our lives easier, make our customers' lives better. So yeah, it's a very high on our priority list to be able to do this, plus automating a lot of things, improving all that side of stuff to be done electronically via this method, then frees up the people, the staff that we've got internally, so it frees up that resource to be able to do slightly more value-added tasks.
Yeah. Okay, so here we see the preview of the PDF document that the application automatically generates for you. There we go. So with Enable, we give visibility of this documentation to your partners with our collaboration feature, and we allow on-platform claim submissions in varying formats to allow us to automate the whole process. So Charles, how important is it to get that collaboration aspect going with your partners on this?
It's very important to get the collaboration bit done, because as I say, there's a lot of time spent handling, moving, transferring requests into actions, and then back out into our customer base. So the collaborator piece will allow us to just improve and speed up that process. The speed, the precision of it then means that they have greater access to the information, which means that when they're submitting claims, there'll be better information in, better information out. There'll be less reason to reject anything or query any lines, and we can just move it all forward in a slightly more process-driven way.
Okay, so last screen, we've got the earnings report. Here we go. So we're looking at the reported earnings for special pricing agreements. So what kind of strategic benefits do you see to actually getting the same kind of granular data for SPAs that you might have had for rebates? How does this translate?
Well, I suppose it goes back to the beginning of our journey with Enable. When we started this, obviously we wanted the deal track, the rebate element put in for Polypipe, but because all of our rebates hinge on contract support claims and SPA processes and everything, that's sort of how we've ended up going down this route, developing this and realizing all the opportunities we can find to make it a much better and user-friendly program. It's given us two major advantages that we've seen. The internal one being that now we'll have every bit of information stored in one central place. Because of the way we operate in selling to a merchant, then selling on to a contractor, occasionally there's also a developer, house builder in there as well. You could be selling one length of pipe across 3 different deals. So trying to analyze the profitability of that is a major challenge, and doing that all offline via spreadsheets is obviously a long and laborious piece of work. So getting that internal piece done means we're able to react faster, we're able to make the decision quicker, and we're able to disperse that back out to our customers. We're also able to now start looking more at spend via these end users, which is information that we've always found quite difficult to get to. So being able to analyse that as a market trend, being able to analyse that as to who our good installers, contractors are, and who our installers and contractors that have perhaps moved away from us are, those we can then re-engage with, the others we can encourage and continue to grow with. So that's the internal side of that, but then all of that then translates out into our external piece, which is how we deal with our merchant partners, which is if we can analyse which are good contractors who are growing, we then know who to work with our merchant partners. The bad ones, again, it's conversations being passed through. So then everybody wins and we can grow our businesses together.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for partnering on this project, Charles, and also for speaking to us today. Round of applause for Charles Pearce. So what kind of impact does our SPA solution have on business leaders that chose Enable? Well, I could have featured Charles again, but he's had enough limelight for one day. So let's take a look at Colleen from Stemco. So our solution is giving Stemco visibility of SPAs that might have been created unnecessarily. And for Colleen, she's now using Enable to improve her SPA strategy, unlocking new business opportunities and more profit. So I just showed you the final one of the 3 challenges that we've solved. You can efficiently represent different flavors of complex special pricing agreements in Enable. You'll have a shared repository to collaborate with your trading partners, and you can automate your SPA claim calculations, unlocking new insights from that granular data and helping you get the most out of the agreements that you have in place.